Alright, I am back with another guide to Final Fantasy XI, this time for Bastok Mission 2-3, which is the Journey Abroad. Now this mission is similar for all three nations. It will require you to travel to the other two. So there are certain orders that make these easier, and we will get into those, I suppose, as we go. Want to talk to any of the gate guards, pick your favorite one. Editing Me will have a list of their locations on the screen right now. And thank you, Editing Me. And we're going to select Journey Abroad, and we will have a cutscene. Now, if you're from Windurst or Bastok, you will want to have this mission flagged. The 2-3 mission for your respective nation, which is always going to be the Journey Abroad, in order to be able to unlock the Dragoon job. Which is a bit interesting. It's because you need to unlock the location that we're going to next as we zone into North Sandoria. So from North Sandoria, you just kind of want to go to the Chateau, which is due north, just straight north. You may also want to pick up maps on your way. I believe the map of Gideus, which is 600 gil and can be purchased at any of the map vendors. Potentially the map of Palborough Mines you might need to get. Yeah, the Palborough Mines is a quested map, which I will be doing a guide for at some point in time. It's a pretty short quest, but you can also buy the map as well. I'm sure I've got the video up for that map quest by now. Let's see, there's Gideus, map of Gideus you want to have, and you want to have a map of... I forget the name of the place. It's right off of Sandoria if you're doing it from the other areas. But that's redundant for now because we're doing it in Sandoria, so we're going to be going to the other places. Don't mind me being derp. So you want to head here to the Chateau. Now, there is a Burning Circle Notorious Monster fight, which might be your second one at this point. If you're coming from Sandoria, it will be your second one. Similar to the fight at the hut with the 3 orcs in the Save the Children mission. And you may need to talk to him... Nope, you just need to talk to him once. Alright, cool. If you've done the Rhapsodies of Vana'diel first set of missions, you will have this additional cutscene about finding Lion. And you get a cipher for Halver, which is... he's kind of a nice DPS to have. I like having him on my team, personally. Now you want to leave the Chateau, and we are heading to the consulates in Windurst and Bastok. Alright, so I believe the easiest way to do this would be go from Sandoria to Windurst first, and then to Bastok. You can do it in any of the orders, but if you go to Bastok, you will need to do a thing where you need to get mithril sand, and that can be a bit of a butt. So I'm just going to do this way. We are off to Windurst. Alright, so there's a bunch of ways to get to Windurst. You can walk from Juneau, you can take the boat from Selbinia to Mahora, and then walk from there. Or you can just ride the survival guides or the home points. I would recommend the home points, but if you haven't been here before, you will need to take the long walk, which is made much shorter by mounts. And once we've reached the consulate, they will ask you to speak to the guy through the door on your right. Don't mind me not knowing which direction is which. And once you talk to him, you will have a cutscene. Now, he will tell you to head to the Heavens Tower and speak to the receptionist there, whom you may have already met if you were doing trusts. Especially in Windurst. And I should point out, if you have Thrifty Transit, you can get to any of the home nations via a certain type of Moogle. Editing Me will have that up on the screen now, I'm sure. Thank you, Editing Me. And once you're in Windurst walls, you want to head up to this ramp here into the gigantic tree with a temple built in the middle of it. His eyes try and stifle a hiccup. And just kind of head through here. And now you're in Heaven's Tower. Once you zone into Heaven's Tower, you will have another cutscene. This time with Lion. Now, if you've done Rhapsodies of Vana'diel, the first part of that, which I have a guide up for, you can check the link right now, where there's a link in the description. You get a little bit of extra cutscene with Lion, talking about the next portions of that. Once you're in here, you want to talk to the little red-headed potato. After the cutscene, you will have the key item Shield Offering, and if you've done the Rhapsodies of Vana'diel mission, and you didn't already have it, you have a cipher of her alter ego. I'm not even going to try and pronounce that. Now, once we've done all that, we want to head out to... Where do we want to go to? West Saruta Baruta, which is where we'll pick up from. Did I mention you might want maps? You might want maps. Now, to get to West Saruta, you can either exit via the exit in Port Windurst or the upper exit in Windurst Waters, which is where I'm going, which is the fastest way, actually. I would also recommend getting all the home points in Windurst if you have not already, as well as the survival guide. Now, once you're out here, we're going to use our favorite ability and hover on over to where we need to go. You should definitely have a map of this area. If you do not, please go get one. They're very cheap. We're going to pass over the Starfall Hillock and go to the outpost, which is where the other survival guide is. Speaking of survival guides. So you just want to cross over the hill and head there. So once you're here, you might want to pick up the survival guide. I would definitely recommend that since it's on the way. Our destination is that little nub right there at, is it F8. F8. I didn't leave the crossing of the map in because it's really easy to get there. You can pretty much see the outpost from the top of the hill if you go that way, or you can go around the hill. Once again, editing me is going to come in here with a snip, and now we're at the entrance to Gideus. And we're just going to pop on inside and get on to our mission. Now, once we're inside, we're going to go to a specific spot. Let's double check that specific spot. If it is where I think it is a hole at G8. G8. That doesn't look like a hole. That looks like a... Alright, I see where it is. Okay. Let me double check that I'm going in the right direction. I am. So you want to hang a right here and kind of head on in. Now, I don't think you'll need truss for this. At this point, these guys are weak around level, I think, 16 to 18. I could be completely wrong about that, and they could be lower, or they could be a little bit higher. You may want to have trust if you're below level 20. I'm going to bring out trust just because I want to make this as quick as possible, but I'll do that when I get there. You may also need invisible to get past some of the bird people, and sneak if you want to, I don't know, tromp around with the fish in the little rivers. I don't know why you would, but you could, and you could use sneak to do it if you're low enough level. But if you're like 30 or so, they shouldn't really bother you that hard. And once you get deeper, they might. It will definitely start to aggro you as you get deeper into the area. And Beardy says hello. Meow! Hi! Oh, hello. Sudden cat on my head. Hi, Mr. Beards. Now we want to head this way. Now that we've had a visit from a big ball of floof. Now, if I'm not mistaken, this is... I am mistaken. I am mistaken. Don't listen to me. Now, anyway, if you don't take any wrong turns, you want to head this way. Yay! Now, like I said, some of these guys might get uppity with you if you're round level 30, I think, maybe? Once we're in here, though, you might want to call your trusts beforehand if you're lower level, but I'm going to call mine now. Now you will note that during your cutscene with the consulate, that you were asked to do some other things while you're here. One of these things is to snag a couple shields from the bird people. Now, who are we looking for? It is not this guy. So I'm not entirely sure why the guide told us to come down here. So let me double check my map. And we want to head this way. Although we go the other way and do the shield offering right now, we want to head this way and bonk some birdies. Now, the notorious monster we're looking for is this gentleman, whose name I cannot pronounce, and I've got a cat in my way now. What are we doing, Mr. Beards? Well, these guys will aggro you, I think, until a decent level, but I'm way above that now. I just bonk this guy pretty good. Now you're going to want to bonk this guy twice. So you need 2 of these. I need to bonk this guy because they link. And you're going to want to wait for him to respawn so you can do it again. It is a, I believe, 5-minute wait for the notorious monster to respawn. And there he is again. That was quick. And now we have our 2 shields. Once we have our 2 shields, we want to head back down the other way. Where is it at? F7, which, if I'm not mistaken, is back yonder, to do the shield offering. You just kind of head back the way we came. Easy and simple. Now, we have our 2 piranha shields. And I did not murder a birdman because he was too noisy during that at all. No. Why would I do such a thing? I'm going to talk to this NPC, huh? And they will get the shield offering. And now you just kind of head on back out. What's the best way to do that? Well, let's check our map. There you go. You can see the pathway back to the other map down there at, is it F8? And that is where we are going. You can also warp out if you so choose. Warp ring, warp cudgel, scroll of instant warp, the spell warp. All will get you where you need to go. But then you'll have to get back to Winters, so I'm doing it this way. And of course, you just head right here on the map, go around the little U, and you'll be back on the main map. And once you're back on the main map, you want to head north. And of course, the fun thing about having cats is that they know every single keyboard shortcut that a computer can possibly have. Especially the ones you don't know. Anyway, I'm just gonna hush up here and let editing me do a cut till we're back in Windurst. Now once you've made your way back to Windurst by whatever means you've decided to come back by, you want to head back to the console in Windurst Woods. Get lost immediately upon entering the building with 2 rooms. You want to trade this gentleman here your 2 piranha shields. And you'll have a cutscene. And your cutscene will tell you to head to Bastock, which is where we're heading next. Now, if this is your first time coming to Bastock, you might want to walk here from Juneau or ride the boat from Mahora to Salvina and walk from there, but they're both walks. You're going to want to get here eventually anyway. Once you're here, you want to get the survival guide, which is in Bastock Mines, next to the exit. But if you're doing this mission, you want to come on here to the Bastock Markets, right in the middle of it. You want to head into the Metalworks if you don't already have the home points. Of course, you pick up the home points while you're here. And you should already have a map. Maps are important. Don't forget to get your maps. Now once you're here, you need to take the home point up to the... what is it? The area with all this stuff, or you can ride the platforms, if I can make it to this one in time. Whee! Camera gets a bit buggy on the platforms. Frame rate gets a bit retreaty probably because of all the recording I've done today. I haven't been recording for 4 straight hours now. No, I would never. My things hurt. Anywho, I believe this is where we're going. And they will tell you to go and talk to the consul, who is not that critter, that critter. And you will have a cutscene. And the cutscene will tell you about the horrors of bureaucracy. Once you've done that, they will tell you to actually go up and see a gentleman in the Department of Industry next to the President's office, which is right on up here. And to your right. And the gentleman you're wanting to talk to is Pius, who will tell you some things and go talk to another guy. There's a lot of go talk to another guy right now. But the guy we want to talk to is in the Metalworks Eatery, or the Craftsman's Eatery, which is down yonder. You just follow the kitty, or you can follow your map. Or I think it's on the map. I do not know. Probably is. I don't know why it wouldn't be. Let me check. It is not. But it's right here. And the one you want to talk to is this sir right here. And you will have another cutscene. Now, if you've seen the Guide to the Dark Knight job, you know how to get to the next spot, but if you haven't, I will walk you there. You're going to want to exit Bastock via Port Bastock's exit, which is right here. Map. And Port Bastock, it is home point 1 if you have the home points, but if not, that's where it is, and then we want to zone out into North Gustaberg. And once we're here, we want to use our favorite ability and head yonder. The point we're heading to on the map is the northeasternmost tip, right there. It is unlabeled, but that is where the, the Palborough mines are. And that is where we are headed for the next part of this. Like I said, if you followed the Dark Knight guide, the link in the description and probably on screen somewhere right now, you will probably know how to get to this. If you started in Bastock, you've probably been here a few times. But since we started in Sandoria, and this is the Sandorian mission, yes, I will be doing one of these for every nation, because they are slightly different. And the pathways are slightly different. Although from here on out, the easiest pathway would be to go to Sandoria, then the other nation first, because the Sandorian one is super easy. a lot of people would recommend that. So as we're going, we want to go around the little plateau here in order to get to where we're going. You can go up on the plateau as well, but that's another path entirely. I personally prefer to go this way, but you can go whatever way you like, as long as you end up in the same location, right? As long as we all end up where we belong, in the end, it does not matter which way you go. If you want to take a more scenic route, it's probably this way, actually. Because you get to cross the pretty little river next to the pretty little outdoors cave demons. Grab battle. And just kind of want to head up this way. Now, if you're filling out the Records of Eminence, up this way, the notorious monster for the North Gustaberg section of that is a lottery spawn from the little plant people that pop up around here. It actually drops a pretty decent item, which is an earring that gives you... There they are, the walking saplings. Actually drop a pretty decent item, which is an earring that gives you +1 accuracy but -2 attack. You can never have too much accuracy, especially in the early game. And you can balance that out with pretty much any of the attack boost earrings, or, you know, not really bother with it because it's only -2 attack. Not really a big deal. But I will digress, and we shall continue to scoot along. There are other notorious monsters that are worth going after still these days, just for gear that will make leveling up easier and doing these quests a little bit easier. I might get into those in another guide. Leave a comment if you'd like me to. And I shall. Now, as we get on up in here, ye shall see the cave appear. Now, there is a much quicker way than the way I went during the Dark Knight quest guide. Shockingly. I know, right? Me not doing things the most efficient way? Wow. Yeah, I'll do that. Now you can follow the right wall until you reach an elevator. The elevator will be at I-8. And that is where we want to go, once we load into here. So, like I said, you just want to follow the right wall. That's that one, for those who are like me that constantly get mixed up. Why do I constantly get mixed up? I don't know. Alrighty. The right wall takes us this way, and there's something fluffy touching my leg, but I don't think it's a cat. Frightening. Frightening. So anyway, yeah, just follow the right wall to I-8. Which shouldn't be too far, because we're in G8 right now, G7. I don't know. Maps. How do they work? They're like magnets. No one really knows. No one really knows. It's a joke, by the way, science people. Don't crucify me in the comments. I am joking. Now, I'm not used to going this way myself, so I might get a little extra lost on the way. Which is natural. Of course, even if you have the map, like I said in the Dark Knight guide, this area can be a bit convoluted and a bit of a pain in the bottom to navigate, as it is a maze and there's a lot of blocked off ways that don't show up on the map. You'll find that's a trend in some of the areas. Now, hopefully, this path will actually lead us to the place we want to go. I say hopefully because I never really know. Personally, I never really know. You may find people in here doing the search for certain items for the Bastock ranks. or the keys for the Kazam quest to get there. Is this the elevator? Yes. This is the elevator. Let us summon the elevator. Come to us, elevator. Of course, at I-8, so yes. That was the right path. Will it be any quicker in the end? You decide. Elevator lever. Going up. Cue Aerosmith song here. No, because I don't want to get copyright struck. Okay. Don't know what that was or why it was there. Let's see now. From here. Okay. That's helpful. We want to head to H10. Let me get my bearings here. Not 100% sure where I am at the moment. Okay, yes, okay, I got my bearings now. Don't mind me. I get lost very easily. Yes. Yeah, that does make it a lot easier to get here. What do you know? Unless this is the direction I think it's looking like. And it is. This is where you actually come out from the burning circle that we're going to. So, anyway. It's easy to get lost in here. It's easy to get lost anywhere, really, in the game. If I'm not mistaken, that might not be the best spot to come out at. Either way, I'll digress and we'll just make our way the right way we want to go. Don't mind me. Took me a second to get my bearings, and now we want to go out and around. Because we want to get to the something or other shrine. I'm gonna head all the way north here and hang a left. And yeah, somebody's definitely in here hunting some sort of items. I really hope they're not doing it to farm Gil, because oh boy, there's a lot of better ways to do that than that. So many better ways. And I'm not joking when I say that. They're the ways to make Gil. You can just make 1 million Gil by logging in. Honestly, if you know what you're doing. Sometimes. Sometimes. I'll say sometimes. But if you're looking to make a lot of cash fast, this ain't it. This ain't it. You want to come around here, and we're heading to the south across the bridge. And once again, even if you have a map, it's not going to show the parts that are blocked off. So you might end up getting lost in here anyway. Once you get into this room, you want to head out this way. And then hang a left. And then hang another left. We will be back here, though, when we do the artifact armor quests. Let's look forward to that. That is in our future. And of course, you hang your left and head this way. And you kind of want to just stay the course heading in this direction. Yeah, this ain't it, dude. This ain't it. I mean, you're better off rampaging whatever the current Records of Eminence quest is. But once you're here, you zone into the next area, which is the... I'm not going to try and butcher this area's name, but you want to go to here, and eventually you'll be able to select on the burning circle, and the rank 2 final mission. Now once you're in here, you will have a cutscene, And you'll see the little burning circle icon in the thing there, as well as a level sync icon. That's just to wipe your trusts out and any buffs you may have on you as you enter. So you can summon the trusts for this. Now this is originally meant for a party at level 30, it used to be capped at level 30. So if you're here at level 30, you may have some difficulties with it, but as long as you have trusts... I summoned the wrong... Whatever, it's not going to be that quick, or that long at level 50. You're going to fight a Seeker and a Dark Dragon. You're going to target the Seeker first. Either way, you're going to make short work of all these guys. Eventually, as soon as you can move again. We're seriously just bonking off things. Like I said, short work at level 51. Still doable at much lower levels. I think level 25 with thrusts is doable. There are legends of a monk that soloed at level 25 or level 30, I believe. And once you bunk them good, you will have another cutscene. And after your cutscene, you will receive a Kindred Crest, and you will want to make your way back to Bastok. Now, the quickest way is to just run on out here back into the mines. I'll just show you the whole thing. It's easier that way. Now, why am I cutting the cutscenes? Because I don't want to spoil them for you. You'll see them on your own as you go through. And, in my opinion, the story for Final Fantasy XI, although scant in some places, like at this point in time, is really good. I'm a fan of all the stories in this game, actually. Some people will say Rise of the Zillart is a weak point. I liked it myself. Personally, I liked it. But again, you know, tastes may vary. Just like Final Fantasy XIV has its strong points and its weak points. Every game does. Especially ones that are the size of these two. And of course, the quickest way back to Bastok is, unironically, to take the boat. Now you can warp back, you can walk back, you can walk back to the exit of the mines and ride your mount back, but this certainly is the quickest, unless you set your home point in the metalworks and warp back to that, which, I don't know, I guess you could. I don't see why not. But yeah, the Seeker will cast black magic spells. It will also cast silence on you, which can be a pain in the butt. The Dark Dragon will use AoE attacks with its breath, and it has an AoE petrify attack that you should be aware of. So just in case you're there at lower levels. Then once we've plopped back out in the Zarin mines, we want to just hang our left here, and then, or hang our right here, and then hang left, and just follow the exit. We've been here a few times, I believe, in the guides at this point. But if you haven't gotten a survival guide here, now's the time to do it. Let's see, we've been here for the Dark Knight quest, we've been here for the Ninja quest now. Which guides will come out first? Only I know. I'm kidding. I'm sure the Dark Knight quest guide is at least up by now. But anyway, once you're out of here, you want to head back to the Metalworks. Once you're back in the Metalworks, you can take home point 1 in the Metalworks to get here, or, you know, just walk. Once you're back here, you want to head back into the consulate and talk to this critter right here. And you will have another cutscene. And after the cutscene, you will get the key item Kindred Report. And now you want to head back to Sandoria. And I'm just going to ride the warp. And once you're back in Sandoria, you want to head back to the chateau and head back to Halvor, who will load eventually. And once he does, this is a solid state drive, by the way. Once he does, you'll have a little chat about the Shadow Lord. You will be issued your Adventurer Certificate, which is important for some things. And now you are rank 3. Congratulations. And after your chat with him, you'll get your 3,000 gil in your adventurer certificate, as well as rank 3. Congratulations on rank 3. Now Signet will last a little bit longer. And that's all for this guide. If you enjoy this kind of content, like, subscribe, leave a comment, bring a friend, have them do the same. Patreon if you're so inclined in the somewhere description, probably links, yes. And I shall see you in the next guide. Until then, happy gaming.